But of course, these are my crown jewels, my babies. This is Henry 44, an 1851 Navy steel. Henry 44 was made in honor of the peace treaty. The Navy steel was made in honor of John C. and Rosanna love story and the Papaw Tree incident.
Right.
So of course they are all laser etched. You can see in the gold chamber there, you can see the Papaw Tree shooting incident etched in there.
Yeah, and there's Rosanna on the handle.
Yeah, and Johnson's on the other side.
Okay, he's on.
And this is the Hatfield side of the gun, and the other side is the McCoy side.
Really?
Shows the Logan Wildcats and Devil Anse and Ephraim, first settler, and of course Devil Anse himself and the tug.
Yeah, Rio signed it, huh?
Yeah, that's actually an etching.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool though.
Yeah, and I have my name engraved in it because it makes the value go up.
Oh, you did? Where's yours at?
On the top.
Oh, I see it now.
Just because it should, you know, with the ownership, it'll improve the value of it just because it was owned by
it's a direct descendant. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're
they
right.
only sold the first 10 to direct descendants, and these are number 8.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
The first 10 were reserved. Rio got number 1, of course.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, and then Ron, I think, got number 2. And I don't know who got the others, but there's the McCoy cabin.
Right, here's the McCoy side. There's the cabin.
And the well, where we burned the cabin down.
Yeah.
And then 8 of 150 of them ever made, and then you got Asa Harmon.
So there's only a total of 150 of those then, right?
Yeah, but there ain't even 150 ever made. They were never 150 made.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I'd be shocked if there's 50 of them.
But it's got Asa right here, Randall right there.
The hog trial.
Oh yeah, I didn't even see that. It sure is, isn't it?
And his cabin in the
Preacher
background.
Anse's cabin right there.
Kentucky, West Virginia flag.
Huh. There's a lot of stuff on that gun, isn't there?
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff. I didn't even notice it.
Whole story.
I mean, I've seen the gun before, but I never noticed all that.
And then, of course, John C. on the...
Yeah, John C. Roseanne's on the other side. That is really cool.
150-year feud.
That is really cool.
I don't know how my plexiglass has gotten so scratched.
So are these working?
I've never shot them.
Are they supposed to be?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
So they've never been fired?
No, never.
Ooh.
Nope.
I'd love to, but it'd ruin the value.
I know, I can't. I've never shot
It's
Devil
a used
Anse's
gun once you shoot it.
I know. I've never shot Devil Anse's gun either.
Yeah.
This one, Judy, so this gun, he had, of course, you know, our troll had to try to discredit it and do a video discrediting it. He didn't have just one 1850, just one, I was thinking of the Navy steel pistol. He didn't have just one 1897 gun. This was known, this and the Henry 44 was known to be his favorite guns.
Right.
Because of their accuracy. So this is one of his many guns. The man didn't have just one gun.
Right.
And it's even in magazines, several magazines. There's that 1950s Guns magazine is one of them. That have articles about him owning this gun for its accuracy, and that's actually how it became known as the trench gun in World War I and II because of its accuracy. Same thing. But this one was his. Judy, she's, I can't say her age. She's been around a while. Wouldn't know it, but she's been around a while.
I like Judy.
I
like Judy. She's
and
Judy, if you're watching, honey, we love you.
Love you more than anything, and she knows that. But it was given to her when she was 4 years old, when her dad was taking her to Florida, and leaving Hatfield McCoy country. Craig, which was Devil Anse's grandson, my great-grandfather, he gave her this gun so she could take a piece of history with her.
Right. To when she moved away.
Yep.
Take a little piece of the family.
A little piece of family history with her. And she had it in her attic for, well, can't say how many years, but many, many years.
Yeah, right. We're back to that, ain't we?
Yeah. She'd shoot me for many, many years. She, of course, you know, has helped with, you know, everything that we've done here. And she loved everything that we've done and turned the gun over to me. and wrote its story and its provenance, and so I have all that notarized and
Right.
you know, to make sure it stays legitimate. But anyways,
What you got up there?
oh yeah, that's new. That was Henry Drury's rifle.
Uh-huh.
Yep, that one was manufactured in the early 50s.
What is that? What caliber is that?
I can't remember off the top of my head. I can't remember.
Can I look at it?
Yeah, wait, pull it down. Look at it. Okay. Yeah.
You're a big time YouTuber now, Dan.
And it's marked
22, that's what I thought.
since you got it down. Where's it at? Right here. HD. I don't know if they can see that, but HD Hatfield engraved in it right there. Yeah, stamped it in there years
cool.
ago.
That is cool.
That's how we
So
knew.
not loaded, is
Tracked it down.
Okay.
No, it's not loaded.
Always
no.
check.
Look at it. It's
yeah, the feed.
Yeah. That's
Check
what I was
his
about to
feed
say.
out.
How cool is that?
It's in the butt. They usually come off. Mine comes off up there. This is really cool. And you just twist it back in there and lock it.
Yeah. A guy stopped by here one day, said, I got something I think you're interested in buying.
Long or short?
I don't know. I'd say long.
22 long. Yep. 22L.
22?
22
Couldn't
long.
remember. It's been a minute since I researched it and put it up there. Of course, I had to call, run the serial number, all that stuff. But, yeah, so, yeah, it belonged to Henry Drury, senator, governor.
Would you like to explain who Henry Drury is?
Henry Drury was Dale Vance's nephew. He was a medical doctor. Story is during the feud, he was the family doctor that patched everybody up. So when we were, so you know the Diggers TV show's done a dig here, as well as some local diggers, and then of course all of us with Danny on videos. So during some of our earlier digs prior to your videos, we found penicillin bottles and salve. This is actually the original
Penicillin bottle. Look at that.
And then the salve bottle that we found
Really?
right near it. This is it's sort of a replica. I tried to get the same one, but it didn't work out. And then we also found his World War, I think it was one he was in, a medical lapel pin where he was head of the medical corps
Really?
in World War I. So our assumption for the pin is when he was here for the funeral.
Right.
He was in his dress blues for the funeral, and then it fell off during the funeral's guests. This is also a photo of the funeral that everybody loves. That one, as you can see, there's a crap ton of people here at the house.
Yeah.
There was, I don't know if I told you this in your prior video, but C&O Railway knew when he passed it was going to be a big deal. So C&O Railway organized a funeral train to bring in people.
You know, brought them up here to the home place. Yeah, exactly. I didn't notice that. There's the wagons
And
that they used. I didn't notice that.
So
Jack.
you're camping in Fred's pin.
Yeah,
This is
right
Fred's
there.
pin right here. There's that.
Right
That's
there's
that
my
tree
pin.
I refused to cut
Yeah,
down up
yeah, the
front.
old dead one.
Yep, I won't cut it down. But yeah, so you're parked about right there. Is where you're camping.
That is so cool, guys. I'm actually camping right there.
And there's Fred.
Yeah, there's Fred. Look there. Can y'all see him right there? That's Fred. Ain't there another picture of him over there
Yeah, over
somewhere?
here on the behind the or front of the hideout.
There it is. There it is. There it is. There's Fred, guys. In case anybody's curious.
Yeah, and his horseshoes below you.
Yeah, right there. Yeah. I'm camping in Devil Ance's yard, but in Fred's home. Yeah. Tell me I won't sleep in a stable.
That's funny. But yeah, that's where we think the gun was. The guy told me he won it in a poker match
Really?
from a descendant. I don't know. It was a long time ago. He said he's had it forever. and he saw where I opened this and brought it by. I thought I might be interested in buying it, which of course I was.
Yeah, no doubt.
Had to do some research on it to try to
verify what it was, right?
Yeah, as much as I could, but you know, it's hard to identify these things. You know.
Yeah, that's true.
Back in the day, the records weren't as
they didn't
good.
really. They didn't even. A lot of guns didn't have serial numbers on them.
No.
You know, they just made it.
This
and sold
one,
it.
of course, had a serial number on it, but only thing they tracked back then was the manufacture date.
Right.
So on this one, I can't buy the serial number, which I've done, and I have, you know, everything, all the paperwork from Winchester. Well, it's actually from Wild Buffalo Bill Museum. They actually bought all of Winchester. Well, I don't know if they bought them, but they have all of Winchester's old archives. Mm-hmm. So anyways, they looked it up for me, and the only thing it could tell me was the date it was made. They can't tell you any ownership.
Who bought it or
where
right.
it was shipped to or nothing. Can't tell you anything except the date it was made.
Yeah, you buy a gun nowadays, they can tell you what size shoe you wear.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And then some, right? Of course, this is my favorite story about him and the bears on the property. And he raised 3 cub bears here on the property.
Look at him wearing muzzles, doing tricks.
Up on poles.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's Smith or Patterson right there on the bottom left.
Okay, yeah, right there.
Yep. I think it's Crockett up here. Devil Anse and Crockett there with the bears, and Devil Anse holding 2 of the cub bears on on chains.
I think I want a bear for a pet.
Yeah, how about 3?
I'd do
Let's
it.
see. Well, you know, he consulted the railway after he sold them the land. He consulted them.
Right. Yes.
So they gave him those. You remember those white and black striped overalls for the railroad?
Yeah.
They were actually made by what became Oshkosh B'gosh. And this was the button that was on them.
Really?
So they had gifted him a pair of those overalls when he was consulting.
For the railroad?
Yeah, but of course they burnt in the home fire. And that's... the
black. But when the railroad came through, they wanted to bring the railroad through for the coal, obviously.
Yep.
But they didn't know, you know, it has to be a certain railroad grade.
Yes.
And no one knew the area as well as
him. Yep.
Devil Anse. So the railroad, they hired Devil Anse to lay out all of the railroad tracks in this area.
Yeah, he was a smart... Then, you know, that's why there's no railroad tracks right here at the Homeplace. You notice that? There's railroad tracks everywhere, but ain't none right here. You notice that?
Yeah, can you blame him? Yeah, you're the one doing it.
But anyways, he was a smart man, but he tripled down on his investment. I mean, he bought land, timbered it,
very
sold
wealthy.
the land to coal companies and railways, and then consulted them on where to find the coal and the easiest way to get it out on the train.
Yeah. Yeah.
He was a smart man, buddy.
Yeah, he was. That's why he died very wealthy.
Yes, he did.
He died very wealthy.
And unfortunately, it's all gone.
Yeah, unfortunately.
All this is on my own dime. My 401k is everything I've invested here.
Yeah.
Yep, I'm out too. So, but this button and a lot of other keepsakes were found together. So we're thinking that he probably had a keepsake box. And the box, of course, was wood and burned around it. But we found all the metal things there.
In a big pile after the fire. Okay, I got you.
The digger, I think it was the diggers or the local guys, I can't remember.
Okay.
That dug it up. But I think the local guys dug it up, actually. And it's where they assumed and thought the bedroom of the house might be.
Right.
But you had that button. There was all these coins here. So there's a 18... What is it? I think it's 1841 or something like that. Liberty dime, an Indian wheathead penny, and a New Zealand nickel.
Really?
I don't know why New Zealand.
Why?
Nickel.
Yeah, really. Why would he have a New Zealand nickel?
But they found all those coins, that button, and what we believe to be his Civil War uniform belt buckle, sash buckle, all together at the same.
Yeah.
Pile.
That's the jar. We found,
that's the jar. Yeah, we found on video with the coins.
Yeah. Those of you saw our other video, you know, we stayed here once before. We did metal detecting, Danny and I, and we found that jar right there full of old coins buried in the hill behind the house.
There's more in here that we've done. There's some that I haven't put in. I ain't got space.
Really? Yeah.
But here's all those cannon jar lids and stuff we found.
I remember them.
And these 2 coins here we found. You and Danny found. Of course,
that's a beast, ain't he?
Huh?
That's a beast, ain't he?
Yeah. And didn't we find that knife? I can't remember.
No, I didn't,
You didn't
find the
find the
knife.
knife?
No, I did not find the knife. It
Danny
might have
did.
been Danny.
Danny did probably before you came or after you came once. Of course, salt pepper shaker we found. Levice, my great grandmother, this is her rouge case.
Yeah.
And that's a replica I bought, so you can kind of see what it really looked like.
Now, in case anybody's curious, that's Devil Anse's wife, and that's her little makeup case right there.
Yep. Belt buckles. We think those are from shoes.
That's a picture of her there. Her and Devil Anse together right there.
The keys even crumbling in the case. Ain't,
Oh, it is,
Ain't nobody
isn't it?
even touching it, and it's still crumbling in the case.
Really?
Yep. There's a nice metal decorative ornament that somewhat melted from the fire.
Yeah, I noticed the feet from their wood stove, from their coal stove. That's the feet
Yep.
from their wood stove right there.
Or no, I didn't. One of the digger guys found one here. You know where the other one popped up at? Neighbor found it in the creek.
Really?
Yeah. And he brought it up here. He said, I found this. I think it belonged to the home when home burned. And I said, what? And then I thought, well, hell, I think I already have the other one. And I went in the box and looked, and if it wasn't identical.
That one's got a little bit of pitting in it. Looks like it's been laying in water.
Yep.
I'm guessing that's the one that was in the water.
I think so. And this one, of course, was in the dirt.
Right.
So, of course, I had to
Clean them up.
clean them up and
Repaint
paint
'em.
them, seal them, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, of course, you know, all these, now these bullets here you didn't find.
Okay.
But any of these other bullets here are bullets and stuff that you and Danny found.
Yeah, I remember those.
These here. You can
Yeah,
see
I remember
loose
the 12
bullets
gauge
out
too.
somewhere, yeah.
I remember the 12 gauge. I remember these here. We found 3 or 4 of them
Yeah.
in the same spot.
I've got 2 in a thing that I take on to show and tells for the kids.
Yeah.
And then these are the others, yeah. I do a lot of school presentations and stuff for
That's
kids.
cool. That's cool, Jack.
So,
that is cool, man. You do that
That
stuff.
way I can take a show and tell, and
Yeah.
especially West Virginia History Day, you know. I get a lot
Yeah,
of
no
calls.
doubt.
Yeah.
No doubt.
This is my McCoy cabinet. You know, with except for that gun was from the Buffalo Creek flood.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just did a story on that
Yeah.
about a week ago, a couple
That's
weeks.
where that gun come from.
Really?
The guy brought it in. He was in the flood. He said it was a sad story. Of course, I had to buy it from him. Everybody comes in here to sell me stuff, not to give me stuff. But he was trying to save a woman during the flood, and he couldn't get her. She was holding on to a pole,
Right.
and unfortunately, she washed down. And he said on his way back out, this gun hit him in the abdomen, and he didn't know what it was. And he grabbed down the water and pulled out that gun, and he carried it out of the flood with him.
Huh.
So
I
that's
guess.
about all I know about it. I've not ran its serial number or anything yet, but I don't think it fires or anything. But it was just
Yeah,
a
I'd be
cool story.
careful.
Yeah, and then of course, you know, recently we've been talking about it, but I put it up there. I'm having probably these stupid lights, so that light's laying up against it. But you know, recently we also had a bridge dedicated to Jack Hatfield, not me.
Yeah.
He
The other
was-
Jack.
Yeah, the other Jack. He was Cap's son, or grandson. Sorry, Cap's grandson. And he lived down the street here. And when the coal company, Crystal Block Coal Company, when they put in, this is their business certificate, when they put in their coal mine up there, they took his land by eminent domain and built that bridge
Built the
right
bridge.
there to get the coal in and out. So I petitioned the state. It took me 2 years. 2 years. But I petitioned the state senate and house to name that bridge after him. And finally got it approved. But we had a dedication ceremony a few months back.
It's funny you mentioned the Crystal Block. You know, Crystal. It's a little community,
right down the street,
Yeah,
yeah.
right up here. Are you familiar with Crystal Block Holler?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. The bridge that goes to Crystal Block Collar.
I've
That bridge now has
gotta
that
go up
sign
there.
out of
I've
it.
got to go up there. I'm doing a story up there today.
Oh, well, you'll see the sign on the bridge. You
I've
can
got
show
to
them
go
the
there
bridge.
today.
And,
I've got to go there today.
yeah, and that's their business certificate. for the coal company.
There was a graveyard up
coal
there.
and-
There's a graveyard up there that got destroyed by a bulldozer. Everyone got lost.
Oh, really?
A bulldozer. They were cutting a gas well, and they just went through there, tore the whole place up with a bulldozer.
They did that too up there at the cemetery. You know that, right? Dead White Cemetery. Yep.
I know they had a bulldozer
Yep,
up there.
about 2000. I think it's 2009. Somebody said.
Yeah.
And a lot of the headstones went missing.
That explains some stuff. We went looking for people that's supposed to be up there.
They're up there. You just won't
That
find
would
them.
explain it.
But it was Crystal Block Coal and Coke Company,
Yeah.
and that's their business certificate.
Coke, in case anybody's curious, now it's not cocaine. Okay. You take coal and you do it like you process it like you do charcoal or wood to make charcoal, and you heat it without setting it on fire, basically, more or less, and it turns into something called coke, and then you put that in a coke oven, and that's how you make steel.
I did not know that. Now that makes sense. Because I always wondered why Coke.
Yeah, that's how you make steel. All steel. Yeah. This right here, all steel was made with coke.
Now there's some things we found there from the Civil War. That's a mix, but some of the buttons. Remember the uniform buttons back there, and one or two of the bullets.
Yeah, I remember a great big one too. That was a 57 caliber.
Yeah, I think it's this one here on this bottom right.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
But the other two, I think I had two that were already dug up, but those came from in there, of course. And this is my coal montage. I got
coal montage. Yeah.
My grandfather's coal mining hat. My great grandfather, his dad's coal mining hat.
Really?
One of the buddies, our family friend's coal bucket, and then my great grandfather's coal bucket.
Oh, really?
Down there, yeah.
Really?
From the 1930s.
1930s lunch bucket.
Yep.
What's that right there?
That's a test light. One of these right here.
Oh, okay.
It's so you know how they used to use a canary?
Yes.
Well, they changed to this.
Oh.
So this was a test light. So
For
you
gas.
would carry that in, and if the flame suffocated and went out, you knew to get the hell out.
Aha. Now I've heard of using candles for that.
Yeah,
you know, to replace the canary.
Yep, that's what these turned out being, and that's another one down there.
In case y'all are curious about that, you've ever heard of the canary in the coal mine? I don't know if you've ever heard of that saying or not. They would take a canary in a little tiny square cage.
Yep.
And take it in the coal mine with them. If the canary fell over dead, you've got about 2 minutes to get out of there, or you're going with him.
Yes, and that's what this replaced the canary.
Yeah. Huh.
Yeah, I had to save the canary.
See, now I've never seen one of those.
Really?
I have never seen one of those.
Of course, this is coal script. So this coal script set right here is special to me. My grandmother handled those. She worked in that script store in where I grew up in Britain, West Virginia. And I actually, when I was a kid, I mean, you got to think, this wasn't too long ago. I mean, I was a kid, and that guy owned, the guy that owned that coal store, owned the car wash across the street from us. And he was still living. He was an old man. And I'd go and aggravate the crap out of him all the time as a kid, over there running my mouth, just talking to him while he's working on stuff all the time. And I never realized, I never knew that he owned a coal company store that my grandma worked in.
Really?
Yeah. And that's the script from that store.
Really?
Yeah.
That is cool.
Yeah. The guy that old timer I got all this coal script from, he asked me where I was from and asked me if I knew him. His name was Everett Miller. And I said, yeah, I know him and his wife. Well, they were our neighbors, blah, blah. He's like, well, I'm going to send you something special in this order. I said, okay. And he sent me that whole set. And then later on, I was like, Dad, look, did you know Everett Miller had a coal store? He's like, did you know your grandmother ran it? And I'm like, no, I did not.
Yeah.
But that's the coin that we designed. You know, you can get here in the gift shop. Yep. And of course, you know, the whiskey, Jim Beam whiskey decanters from the 70s. We have a lot of those in the gift shop too for sale. I try to watch auction sites. And
what was in that anyway? Straight bourbon?
Straight beam, yeah.
90?
I don't know.
I think it says 80 proof. Yeah, 86 proof.
86?
Yeah.
I don't know, did you catch this? This is the trunk from Floyd Hatfield's cabin from the hog trial, Floyd.
Yeah, really?
Yep. This was his trunk.
Huh.
And also, too, that ice bucket over there came out of that cabin. I don't know the date on it or if it was his or not. I tried to get a date on this ice bucket, ice chest, but...
Oh, is that what that is? I thought it was a lunch pail. It'd be an awful fancy lunch pail, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it's an ice chest, yeah.
You take that in the coal mine, all them other coal miners kick your butt.
Yeah, that and rob you. But that come out of Floyd's cabin, too. I just don't know the date on it. If it was actually Floyd's or one of his descendants. I don't know. These pearls supposedly belong to Polly, Preacher Anse's wife.
Oh, really? Huh.
And then, of course, it's Preacher Anse.
They're all the regulars, aren't they? Every one of them.
And that bracelet right there was either her daughter or granddaughters. I can't remember.
Huh. Little charm bracelet. Lois.
Yeah.
Huh.
And then, of course, the Bible belonged to, I think Floyd's son, I think it was, for World War I. That was the standard issue Bible.
Where at?
This little pocket Bible.
Oh, the little one. Oh, I see the little New Testament now.
Yeah. He was interesting. There's some scriptures highlighted and notes he made in it that I don't think he might have been a very good husband. Let's just say that.
Okay.
Yeah, just other things that were found here on the property, you know.
That was really cool, Jack.
My great uncle donated that. That was actually his, and he used it when he was young.
A humidor.
Tobacco box.
Some old pipes, ain't they?
Yep, they were all his.
They've been used. You can tell they've been used.
Oh yeah, he used them quite a bit.
Prince Albert right beside of it.